Who Dey, everybody. I thought I'd make a quick video. I know it's been a while since I've been on here, but I've been quite busy. I thought I'd make a video because, you know, but I wanted to tell everybody because I've been noticing the last couple weeks, everything's been about the Rams. Pluto TV's been playing nothing but Rams games all week. I didn't see any Bengals games. Of course, they could have shown them when I wasn't paying attention, but I didn't see any. Anyway, I want to talk about the fans and the fans that are new and the fans that are old, like me. I've been a fan big-time fan since 1981, first Super Bowl, and watching the game against the Chargers and waiting on to see who we play, either the 49ers or the Cowboys for the Super Bowl. But actually, I've been knowing the Bengals, all that since Spinney Field in the 70s. My first experience was when I was probably 6 years old when I met Paul Brown. It was very cold. We snuck over the fence in Spinney Field. Under the fence. We used to toss around a football. They were playing with friends, and it was so cold that I couldn't handle it at that age, being buried under coats. So my brother knocked on the door to see if whoever was there would let me in the facility to hang out there to keep warm until they were done and I can go home. And it turns out Paul Brown answered the door. So right there and then, Paul Brown showed me around the locker room, showed me the jerseys. I was really shocked to see Ken Anderson's jersey. Probably about 7 or 8 years old, because I remember seeing Ken Anderson's jersey. And I freaked out because it was the coolest thing, seeing all that. Being a kid from the neighborhood in the area where we didn't have much money, we couldn't afford to go to games, didn't really have the greatest, back then, TV to watch them. You didn't get to watch the games unless they sold out on TV. But going to Spinney Field, the players would be very gracious. They would let us in. They would toss the football with us. They would hang out. Paul Brown was nice. I can't stand the NFL, but I love the Bengals, and I never will have anything against them. And what I'm proud of is the fact that they still are gracious to kids. They will hang out with children. They will let them in the practice facility. They will toss the football with them before the games. I have never seen anything like that in my life. Most sports figures that I run into now that I live in Dallas are people that don't want to have nothing to do with you. Don't pay attention to you. Too busy on their cell phone. Turn children down. Treat them like dirt. I've seen too much of this, but I haven't seen it from Cincinnati's players or staff. That's why I'm so appreciative of this team. So to the new fans, there is a huge following that's coming right now, and it's going to be bigger than ever, I've noticed. Thousands of people are turning. They have a right to be there. They have a right to enjoy it, and they're going to find out how great this team is when it comes to treating fans and other people. They will find out because the NFL has ignored the Bengals for decades. I've seen it all. I've been through the bad defenses, the horrible quarterbacks, the interceptions, the injuries, the curses. Every time I turn around, I just turn my head down and be so disappointed. I'd say the first one would be the first Super Bowl when they lost. I think I was the only one still sitting in the chair when everybody left. It was silent in the room, and my head down. Damn Joe Montana. Damn Joe Montana. Hey. But anyway, it was the beginning of a long wait. And then Came 1988. Damn Joe Montana. Oh, okay. Twice I had to deal with that. So you know how I feel. But I was there the next game. I was there the next year. Disappointed again. But I was there the next year. I was there the next game. Even in the 90s, I was there. I went all the way to Cincinnati from here to meet the players. Got to hang out with them after the practice. Some of them I talked to. There was one top of my head. I can't think of the kicker's name at the right now. Top of my head. He actually wrote on a piece of paper because he asked where I was from, and I told him I'm from here, but I live in Dallas. Wrote on a piece of paper because I couldn't get in to watch them practice or, see them unless I was up on the bridge. He wrote on a piece of paper and handed it to me. He said, "Hand this to the security guard, and you are my guest. Even though I don't know you, you are my guest. And tomorrow morning, come by here and bring this piece of paper, and he will let you in, and you can stand on the sidelines and watch practice." I was shocked. Holy crap. Even though it was David Shula, I don't care. The fact that I could do that, it was a lifetime dream. But the next day, we had an emergency. My mother had to go out of town or go back to Texas. She was my ride. So I couldn't make it. Very disappointing. But I've been through this for decades. The Super Bowl in 81, the Super Bowl in 88, 89. I have lived in Dallas since I was a teenager. So I never went to any of the games because before I moved here, we couldn't afford tickets to go to the Bengals games. Now it is on my bucket list to go to a Bengals game, not here in Dallas because they play them next year, not any other stadium, but Paul Brown Stadium, and just sit there and be among the fans and to be excited hanging around the fans because it's so cool to watch that. I am very disappointed that I couldn't be there. I see everybody celebrating. I see everything going crazy, and I just wish I was there. Win or lose today, I will be here next year like I am every year. I'm just praying I will not be disappointed, and I say that they will be here. They will make it, but if not this year, I definitely know they will be back. I think the curse is over. It's a long time coming for me. 40 something years. Since the first Super Bowl, 30 something years. 40 years, yeah. So I was going to show you real quick how big of a fan I am. Like I said, I couldn't afford a whole lot back then. Today I can afford a little bit more, but back then I couldn't afford, we couldn't afford games. As a matter of fact, the coolest thing was being, poor and didn't have a whole lot. We used to jump and dig in the dumpster at Spinney Field and used to find their socks. They would throw away their socks, their game socks or whatever to practice in. We would take them home and wash them, and we would actually wear them in school, all the way up to our knees. But it was, those socks were very helpful, especially when you have holes in your shoes. They were very helpful. And they didn't complain. They didn't say anything. They didn't yell at us. They didn't do anything like that. They were very excited to see us. And, I got a bunch of autographs from 90s. I got Big Daddy Wilkinson's autograph. I got a whole slew of autographs still. But music and the Bengals have been my life basically since I was a child. So anyway, I want to show you a couple of things that I know nobody has. You remember this? They used to have these in elementary school back in the 70s. They were it says Bengals. I got a bunch of these books, but this one is what I cherish the most. And there's Paul Brown, probably around the era when I met him. It's These are NFL Today books for education for kids, and they used to take them out of libraries all the time. And this book is early to mid 70s. This particular one goes back to 89, but it's older than that. I think this is. Let me figure this out real quick. It was put in the school in that year because it was the first time it was taken out. Julian May is the one that made these books. It was a series. Oh, this particular one's 1980, so it was probably the 1979 season. That was right before Ken Anderson, I assume. And there, I think that's him right there, but I'm not certain. Right before they changed the stripes and stuff like that. So I cherish that. This is Isaac Curtis's autograph. I cherish that as well. He's an awesome player. This I got when I worked in a grocery store. I thought it was the coolest thing. They were posting these during a Super Bowl when Green Bay was in the Super Bowl. They had a bunch of things displayed, hanging up, and they had a bunch of Hall of Famers and old players from different teams and stuff like that. And I saw this. I said, this is the most awesome thing I've ever seen. Can I have it? And they said, sure, go ahead. After the Super Bowl was over, they handed it to me. And I wish, it is a dream of mine to get Anthony Munoz to sign this. A lot of people tell me, and I can't remember, a friend of mine grew up with told me that him and I jogged around the field, went to spinning field when we were younger, and there was nobody there, but Anthony Munoz was jogging around the field. So him and I were jogging around the field with Anthony Munoz. We were jogging with him. I don't remember that, but I asked him recently about who were we jogging with, because everybody's telling me we're jogging with a player, and he said, oh, it was Anthony Munoz. So I thought that was the coolest thing. I have bad memory, but if I could get him to sign this, that would be, man, I would cherish this. This would be a part of my shrine. Never sell this stuff, ever. So I have that. You want to see how big of a fan I am? This is how big of a fan I am. This is a Kajana Carter jersey that I bought in the 90s because he was their first round draft pick. And I still have it. I don't wear it because it's too small. Even though it says large, it's small on me. I can't wear it for some reason. But I have that. And I have Wilkinson's jersey as well. That I can wear because it's large. I have this. I still cherish this one from the Super Bowl in '88, the AFC Championship shirt. There's Ickey Woods. I got Ickey Woods' autograph too, which is cool. Little story about Collinsworth. I'm kind of upset with him right now because of the way he acts like he's a Steelers fan. But I went to Spinning Field one time just to see what was going on, just to hang out. I didn't think anybody was going to be there. I was 12 years old, and I went to Spinning Field, and the NFL was on strike. So I was just walking around, and the media, a whole bunch of media, sports people were there because they were interviewing the players about the strike. And I was walking by through the parking lot, and there was Chris Collinsworth talking to a few other players. You know, and I stopped for a second just to say, you know, just to look at him. I wasn't going to interrupt him or anything. I don't remember. But as soon as I turned around to walk off, he launched with his hand like that, this rubber ball he was squeezing in his hand. And he launched it so hard it hit me in the chest and really hurt. And I wish I still had that rubber ball today, but that back then, you know, I'm young. I'm like, oh, that's the coolest thing. I went home, told everybody, look, I got a rubber ball from Chris Collinsworth. This is awesome, you know. But I don't know whatever happened to it. Another cherished prized possession. I got this a few years ago. If anybody can recognize his autograph. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Can you? This is the 50th anniversary ball. Tick tock, tick tock. This is, you guessed it, Joe Mixon's autograph. Got that at an auction here a few years ago. That is one of my things I cherish. And today I'll be hanging up this. Is my massive Bengals flag. I'll be hanging up in my living room when everybody goes to watch. So, I'm excited. I got so many things. I don't have a whole lot of time to show you, but I get what I can because, if I was younger and we could afford it back in the day, I would have more. But, like I said, it's going to be a big dream for me, bucket list kind of thing, that I can actually get a ticket and not sit in nosebleed sections because I'm afraid of heights. But to get a ticket and actually be with the fans and hang out, that would be the coolest thing. And I wish Paul Brown was still alive because I'd tell him, remember me? One thing I remember him asking, he asked me who my name was, and I told him, and I remember him saying, I got a son named Mike. And I asked him if he's my age. He says, no, he's a little bit older than you. See, I didn't know a whole lot. I was little back then, but and I remember asking him if he plays football. He says, no, he does something else. But I remember that. Anyway, it's going to be emotional today if they win. I've been waiting for this for a very long time. It's going to be real emotional, and I'm going to be on my knees hoping they don't mess up or anything. When I saw that Chicago game this year where he threw 3 straight interceptions, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to turn to a disaster. But, I didn't think Zach Taylor would, be good a couple of years ago, but I am wrong. I will say I'm wrong. And he's done more this year than Marv Lewis has ever done. And if he wins the Super Bowl, he will have done more than Sam Weish and Forrest Gregg. Now, you can turn around and say, still not like him, but hey, like I said, I'm not a fan of the NFL. I don't like Roger Goodell. I don't like how he's turned the game into too political. I don't like how he turned he made it weaker. I can understand his thinking, but he made it extremely weak. It's, people go to the games to forget about work, to forget about how bad life is, to just, for a couple of hours, just have fun and forget about the world and the way things are going on and how bad things are. And he's put all the bad stuff and he added in and reminded everybody how things are going on in the world, how bad things are. And here, he made it political, and you can't go to the game and forget anymore because he constantly has to remind you. And it's at least a few hours that kind of like they used to do, back in the day when they had the Great Depression. People would go to the movies to forget about it for a while. That's when Hollywood was really, really popular because people would go to the movies to forget all their problems. That's why I watch football. I'm also a big-time Stars fan. Yeah, I understand the issues in the world, and I think they need to be dealt with, and I think they need to be fixed, and I think there's a lot of problems that need to be fixed, and it needs to be recognized. I just don't think that politics should be in that and stuff like that. But anyway, enough of that. It's about the Bengals today. Got my Burrow jersey, Who Dey, and Bengals shirt underneath. It's going to be a great day. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Who Dey, everybody. We're going to get this. We got this. And enjoy the game, and I'll see you soon. And thanks for watching, and thanks for being part of the channel. I know it's doesn't have to do with music, but today it's important for me. So thanks everybody, and rock on, and Who Dey, definitely.
Hey everybody, don't forget to check out Reverse 96 FM on TuneIn, Streema, and now InternetRadio.com.